Hello there. Are you still with us, Phantom? It's been a couple of minutes since you stopped by first. Hopefully you're doing well. As you could probably guess, even though he's being quiet right now, we do have Mike hanging out in the background here.
Yep, I always wait around a little bit just in case.
One day you're just gonna actually leave the chat while I'm introducing you, and it'll be like, oh, no, Mike's not here apparently.
No, it'll crash. That's what it did one time to us, and you were just like, oh. I think I was able to still hear you, but it crashed on my end. And you were like, oh, he can't say anything. And we were just kind of sitting there awkwardly, trying to talk back and forth, but for some reason mine just wouldn't come through. I remember that. That was funny.
Good times. Oh, hey, TCam, how's it going? It has been a while. How are you? There was one time when I was streaming, where I was supposed to be doing a stream. This is going a while back, so you could probably tell. It was with Chris, and we were going to be doing a visual novel together. I forget which one it was, but just as we were about to begin, I think I already started the stream, and we did the intro section, and right after we'd done the intro, and we were getting ready to begin the game, he just dropped out of the call all of a sudden, and I didn't know what happened because he didn't message me, so I'm I waited for I don't know, 5 minutes or so awkwardly, and then eventually I just I guess I'll play the game, because I think it was something we agreed to, actually review. We had talked with the developers. We're oh yeah, we'll stream this game and play it for a little while and blah blah blah. So it was really awkward because I'm oh, now he's not here. So eventually he did message me later in the day and was oh, we completely lost power, and he had no way of actually getting in touch at that point. So it was just really terrible timing all around. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, TCam. So you're here to try and enjoy yourself? Well, hopefully we do a good job of being enjoyable. I don't know, Mike, what do you think? How will we do?
I mean, we have our moments, that's for sure.
Only the highest quality, we have our moments. Yeah, there you go. You know what, Mike? You know how when you get a movie, and I guess it's kind of going back a bit now because when movies were on VHS or on DVD or Blu-ray or whatever.
Yeah.
And you'd have little, the snippets, the quotes of movie reviewers. Mm-hmm. So for Michael's channel, the review would just be, he has his moments. Such unbridled praise.
He uploads every blue moon.
Yeah, and you're one to talk to, of course, about uploading consistently.
Well, I'm talking about my channel. I thought that's what you said.
Oh, I thought you meant me, because the same applies to me at this point as well. Other than streaming, I don't really upload. If you guys don't do a good job, yeah, I'll sue. You'll sue for what? I would like to know on what grounds. This is a very serious stream.
Heard, if you don't mind me interrupting real quick, from what I've heard, most people
what if I do
stream
mind?
Nowadays. Not many people upload much anymore. They kind of do stream archives, from what I've heard. There's still people who have their dead set ways of uploading, but a lot of the times they'll do it in a streaming format where they'll just take off and just do a whole series of recordings, but make it out like it's a stream. And I'm I actually think that fits better nowadays than being hey, welcome to this next episode, blah 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 blah, and ending it with the next episode. This is what's gonna happen,
Yeah, I can see that. False advertisement. TCam, are you aware of... Alright, now I don't want to hate on the guy because he gets enough hate as it is, really. And I don't really want to bring up that drama on the channel. But have you ever heard of DSP? AKA Dark Side Phil? Yeah, we're speaking of intros and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Phil, as far as I'm aware, he still does this, but when he does the stream, he has a 2-hour introduction that he does before he even plays the game. So he just has 2 hours where he talks about random stuff. And it's something I think a lot of people complained about over the years.
I back when I started, I did that. I would be sitting on the menu screen and I'd be talking about
Mike.
the game.
Mike, I'm talking
But
about
not
this guy.
for 2 hours, yeah.
I'm talking about
know,
he literally does 2 hours every day on every stream.
Oh boy.
So like today he'll be streaming and he has like 2 hours of just talking about stuff. Then the next day he'll stream again. It's another 2 hours of, you know, just whatever before he begins to play the game again. So it's kind of hilarious. It's almost like a talk show more than anything at that point. Thankfully, he doesn't talk in a hot tub because he's not streaming on Twitch anymore. And I know that was the Twitch thing to do for a while there, is to just get in your hot tub in a bikini and just talk ad nauseum, because people were definitely listening to the talk in those streams, I'm sure. It's like when people say they watch for the plot.
Yeah.
The big juicy plot. Anyway, I guess before we do go on for too long, we'll get the game started here. So I'm going to begin on my end, and then I'll invite Mike into the game. The dang computer. What dang computer? What computer are we danging?
All the computers.
Did I miss something? I don't know why we're danging computers right now. Maybe it's your computer. Maybe it's acting up or something. Yeah, let's switch over to the game so we can make sure it doesn't crash, though it probably will. Oh, and actually, speaking of, since I did bring him up, I don't know if I'm going to turn to like the Dark Side Full Talk stream, but I think he's been playing Danganronpa lately, which is pretty funny.
Oh, I remember you
like,
saying that, yeah.
Yeah, it's like a game that, if you know anything about him, it doesn't seem like a game he'd be interested in, but I've kind of watched a little bit of it. It's kind of amusing because he's just, like recently he was complaining because they had the character Miyu, and she's always saying something like dirty and filthy, and he's just like getting enraged. He's like, what the hell? She's being so immature and just getting like so pissed off about it. Yes, how my day was? Yeah, sure, we'd like to hear about your day. I couldn't hear my day wasn't so good as well. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Hopefully the days get better? Alright, is this game crashing? Because it's not loading, it looks like. No, it's still working for now, it seems. Just a long load. Hopefully the days start getting better. I don't know. Things are complicated, I guess. Wait, what? This looks weird. Oh, okay, never mind. I know where I am now. I was lost for a second, because I haven't played this game in a while. Yeah, it's been, what is it, two weeks, Mike? No, actually, 3 weeks, I think.
Oh, since we played this, yeah. Something like that.
Alright, I'm sharing the invite with you, Mike.
Okay.
So it's nighttime on day 9. It's been a while, so I don't really remember where we left off exactly. Let me check out the map here. Was there anything we were doing? I know we finished the Horde Night last time. It was early on in the last stream, and then we were doing stuff. A bunch of missions I could do. Maybe I should start doing those. Mike is probably doing some work around the base. Oh, hey, Kyle. What's going on with you? Yeah, we got a 7-day stream. Like I was saying, it was delayed for 2 weeks, I think it was. Because normally we do it every week, and I think we took 2 weeks off. How's my inventory? Oh, that's right, we have... And that's why, okay, yeah, there were some things I wanted to talk about, but we didn't really get a chance to. So there's an update to this game, but we had to roll back the version of the game we were playing because I actually read some things about how some mods weren't working with the new update they did. So I put us back to the version we were on when we were playing this last, even though now we're up to 19.5, as you can see in the top right corner, we're still on 19.4. So really nothing has changed for us. For other people, apparently the update mostly deals with stuff going on Twitch. Like there's some kind of Twitch feature going in there where you can... I can't really test this fully because I don't really know how Twitch works, but I guess you get points on Twitch. And you could use those points to make certain things happen in the game. Like you can make a, I guess an item drop happen, or maybe you can make a horde spawn. I don't really know too much about it because, like I said, I don't use Twitch, so I wasn't really reading too much about those features. And obviously, since we're streaming on YouTube, it doesn't really affect us. So, and I don't think there's a YouTube equivalent either of those features, which I don't think I'd really want to mess with because that just seems like it kind of makes the game about other things rather than the game itself. I don't know. What do you think about that, Mike?
I'm sorry. I was.
Mike's like, I'm sorry. I was not paying
Talking
attention to a
about-
single word you said.
I was waiting for the game to load, so I was like kind of just zoning out a little bit.
But, so, Mike, you weren't even playing the game. You couldn't listen to what I had to say. Really, Mike?
My apologies, sir.
All right. Well,
We
anyway.
were talking about the game, though. I know that much, but
Yeah. Better to have a not so good day than being dead? Yeah, I guess that is one way of looking at things.
yeah.
And it's good to be back.
Ah, yes, nice.
Let me put the extra items away again. So I got distracted. Oh yeah, food to leave in the thing near the campfire. The chest. I have 2 flashlights apparently. I'll keep one on me just in case.
Oh, damn, I forgot about how much our inventory changed in this.
What happened?
I said I forgot about the inventory mods that we've had, and so I was like, saw my inventory, and I was like, good lord. I'm like, oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's what I remembered to say. That's about the mod, because I saw that and like, oh yeah, we have those item slots. That's correct.
Hi there.
Where are we putting? Oh, the food's in this one. Oh, I'm just gonna put in this one for now then. Unless you're getting out of this. Oh, that's right. So these skill books don't disappear anymore. So I can read this one. Which I'm not sure how I feel about. It's an interesting change. And I guess it kind of makes sense logically that the skill books wouldn't disappear. But I am kind of used to them just disappearing. This looks like Oblivion.
I mean,
Oh, JP, how's it going? So you finally got the chance to stop in another one of these 7-day streams and see how our new, yeah, it is a bit like Oblivion here. Our new base is
JP, I
going.
thought you were gonna get this game.
Well, I think he still needs to upgrade his computer because it probably wouldn't run on it, we said.
Yeah, I know.
And it's not really easy to upgrade your computer at this point either. What was that? Wait, the Village JP just subscribed. Well, JP, thank you for the subscription at long last, I guess.
Nice.
I've only known you for whatever 7 years, so I appreciate that subscription. Alright, so I think I got enough here. Yeah, I'm gonna risk going out at night. I guess Mike's going out too. Let's close this gate behind us, though. So I could try heading to one of these areas to get ready for this mission. Probably won't do it during the night, but... one of them is about fighting dogs, looks like. Let's not do that.
So if I remember right, we were discussing.
Oh, it's on your new
last
account.
time-
That's right. What's up, Mike?
We were discussing last time about what we would make for a horde base, and regrettably, I haven't actually thought about it too much lately. So we're gonna have to figure something out. So that's gonna prove interesting.
I guess so.
I think last time I mentioned we could try one of the tried and true ramp bases, but I don't know about those. They work for a while.
Oh yeah, and
then
hello,
after-
Fantron. I didn't see you there. I
After a little
glossed
bit,
over your message
they
first.
do start to lose their effectiveness.
So where would we put this base exactly? Oh god. I have a
That's
dire
what we
wolf
were
chasing me,
gonna
it looks like.
Oh boy. That's what we were going to decide last time. Oh,
Thankfully I can outrun it on this.
yeah.
I'll take that later. Just want to make sure nothing's following me still. How do I get to this menu? Well, I'll just do it this way.
Ooh, cornfield. Let's take a look in here.
Oh, you're at the alien one. The alien cornfield, Mike. The crops are
Oh,
close.
yeah?
Yeah, you don't notice it?
Oh, yeah, no, I
Oh, I
did.
found another trader. This is actually pretty close to us.
Ooh, we have a drugs and guns store next to us. Ooh. That could be
What about a boat
interesting.
base? That'd be an interesting idea, but I think people kind of say that that's a way of kind of cheesing the game. If you make a base out in the middle of the water, basically.
Not anymore because the zombies do swim now. So it doesn't work as well anymore. It used to be very effective because the zombies couldn't swim. And so you could just like hide up there for like the entire horde night. But now that the zombies swim, it's not that effective. And they
Hey,
just
JP, we
kinda
still got
swarm it
chickens.
like crazy.
Just because there's zombie
Oh, yeah.
apocalypse doesn't mean that the chickens would just disappear entirely, right? Not necessarily. Alright, so there's a little town over here which we could check out. Of course, I don't want to go too deep into this during the day. Or at night, I should say. I want to wait for the day. I mean, you have to eat something.
Yeah.
Unless, I guess, you're going to eat bugs. That was something, I don't know if you guys saw. I know Jason was talking about it anyway on the Discord. People were talking about how, I guess, now people are wanting to eat bugs all of a sudden. And I don't really understand. Yeah, I don't really understand why. I guess there's like a surplus of them. Actually, I think they're talking about cicadas, which are kind of like a cyclical creature that I don't really know the exact time span, but they kind of pop up every certain number of years or so. And so I guess there's like a whole bunch of them. And now some people are saying that, like, I guess restaurants are trying to serve them to people, and I don't know.
Yes,
I didn't really
heard about
understand
that.
it. Oh, you heard
I
about
don't
it
think
too?
I can do it though. Me personally, I've never had the desire to eat a bug.
Yeah, you could kind of say the opposite. I felt the desire to not eat bugs for most of my life.
Yeah.
Alright, let me save this for later, because I know it's
remember-
open.
One of the strangest things I ever saw at a candy store one time was these suckers that actually had a bug in the middle of them. And basically, you would eat the sucker, and then eventually you would get to the bug, and you were supposed to crunch the bug. And I was
Oh.
like, part of my language, but I was like, yeah, fuck that. There's no way in hell I'm doing that.
I like JP's explanation. Clearly, people are bored and want something to talk about because there's no reason to want to eat a cicada. Yeah, that's how I feel exactly.
Yeah.
Alright, let me see if I can get this chicken. Get back here. There we go. Let's see, what was this here? I think eating bugs are response to the ecosystem being screwed up? What? The ecosystem being screwed up so you have to eat bugs? I mean, I don't know what ecosystem you're living in, but as far as I can tell here, we could still, grow crops and raise livestock. I'm not sure what
Yeah.
ecosystem we're talking about. Maybe in some, I don't know, African countries or whatever, where you don't really have, like, the weather to do that sort of thing. Or I guess maybe California these days, where it's too freaking, dry. Because I hear that they're always having droughts there these days, apparently. Oh, is this another trader? Indeed. You don't know either, you're just trying to guess. Yeah, I think JP's maybe more spot on with that. People being bored and just come up with weird shit. That seems to be all people do these days.
Yeah.
Alright, let's stop inside the bookstore. So we get new skills while we're over here. Oh boy, is that a... No, apparently this is just me breaking a tile. Why not just grow food that's more sustainable than literal bugs? I don't know, I guess to me that takes effort and planning. I don't know, because when you have to actually have to grow crops, that does require a bit of foresight and knowledge about that sort of thing, so that's my guess. I do think it's just people wanting to be trendy or something. It's like the new thing, I guess, at this point.
Yeah.
Right, there's a few things for sale.
Oh yeah, I forgot that the bodies sometimes turn into gore now, and you can cut them down.
Alright. Kind of like the old version of this game. Although
Yeah.
the old version, you at least get items from that sometimes.
Yeah. I mean, I understand why they took that out, though, because eventually they did say it would slow down the game.
I guess. If you left a whole bunch of those bodies out in the open.
Yeah.
But I still say I have a pretty good computer where I probably wouldn't have to worry about that sort of thing. Killing other chickens and attack you after killing one of their brothers. Yeah, this isn't, The Legend of Zelda, so we don't have to worry about that at least. Let's go kill these assholes outside. They're trying to break in. The store is for me, not you.
Ooh. There's a working battery bank. 2 working battery banks in this building.
People who live in apartments can't really grow sustainable crops. Well, people who live in apartments typically also... Well, assuming it's in the city, they don't have a lot of access to bugs. And if they did, I would not want to eat the bugs that you have in the city, which are probably going to be mostly cockroaches. So, I'm not sure about that either. What were you saying, Mike? What'd you find?
I was just laughing about the cockroach joke. That's funny.
Yeah.
And I said that I found 2 working battery banks inside this drugs and guns store.
Oh, sweet. You know, is there really going to be a day when we tell our kids, you know, back when I was a young kid, when there was a bug in a restaurant, that was usually a bad sign rather than a delicacy.
Yeah.
There's usually a sign that your restaurant would get shut down by the CDC. The health inspectors or whatever. That one Solo movie where they grind up the rats for burgers. Ugh. I guess it's kind of appropriate that we talk about this during the 7-day stream when it's kind of a post-apocalyptic situation.
Wow, a generator bank too.
But then again, even in 7 Days to Die, you don't have to eat bugs. You actually get quite the choice of foods to eat in this game. So I guess 7 Days to Die is a better reality than the one we're living in. Whoa. I say that as we're getting bitten by zombies, of course. Alright.
What?
Well, good news we get stopped by the trader.
Oh, I found
Oh, that was Demolition Man. I never seen it, but I have heard of it.
Oh, yeah. Is that the 3 Shell movie?
The which one?
Where he ends up like going to the restroom and then like he's looking for toilet paper and they're like, he's like, all I saw was 3 shells, and they're like, ha, he doesn't understand the 3 shells. And like he goes out and like every time you swear you got a what was it called, like a fine, and it was written on paper, so he just swears a whole bunch of times at the fine machine and then says, fuck the toilet paper, and grabs one more as he goes back into the bathroom. That's it. All right. I love that movie. I need to watch that again.
I guess I have to see that for the
man.
first time then.
I found some aloe vera cream. Sweet. And a leather duster. Actually, not a bad thing to wear. Makes you look like a badass.
Jeez. Very concerned about our fashion in this future, too. Assuming this is the future, I don't know when it's supposed to be set, considering the game has been out for, like, whatever, 10 years now. It's actually still set in 2012 or something.
Most people like to assume that it's in the future.
Well, yeah, but I'm joking around because the game's been out for so long. It was set in the future, and the game's been out for, like, 10 years, and by now it could be the past.
It's like all those post-apocalyptic games. It's like, okay, but when were you...
In the terrible future of 1999.
Exactly. God damn, we're gonna have corn for days.
Great, if only we actually liked corn in this game.
Well, corn, along with potatoes, makes the meat stew, along with meat as well.
That's
so,
true.
I mean,
I was thinking about how corn on its own really doesn't do much for you in this game at all.
Yeah. I think there was a mod that fixed that, but at the same time, it's still just like, I don't know.
The zombie apocalypse happens, I'd like to look at something pretty and not undead. Well, in that case, we'll have to introduce you to Trader Jen. Somehow she looks perfectly fine, even though we're in the apocalypse.
I actually used to not really care for corn on the cob because when I had braces, I wasn't like able to eat it, and so I was just kind of like, whatever. I'd rather just have, corn that's just by itself, I remember for the longest time I didn't like green beans either.
Huh. Oh, I should clarify. I don't like corn in this game. I make no comment about it in real life. Or any other game for that matter.
I mean, in the game, it's actually pretty useful.
Oh, hi. Yes, Mike, but I keep saying it's about the corn itself not really doing much for you. Not the recipes.
Oh, no, I know. I'm just saying.
I'm just joking because we kind of just went through this conversation just before this. But what are we doing here? Oh, that's right. I can go to the trader now. Forgetting what I was doing.
Put this food away.
Let me get out of here for now. There's probably more stuff, but right now this place isn't looking too good. Someone's trying to break in, it sounds like. Oh, wait. There's more stuff here.
People always trying to break in.
I know, these zombies are very inconsiderate. They don't respect boundaries at all. Never heard of a thing called personal space.
But do they believe in a thing called love?
You know what? They probably do. I want to see a zombie choreographed dance singing that song.
Oh my god.
Let's see what trader we have here.
You still hanging around?
It's Hugh.
Jackman.
Looks nothing like him, though.
True, but I just know that's what everyone calls him for some reason. Like, okay.
So it's called 7 Days to Die. Will a demon girl come out of my screen? No, this isn't The Ring, so you don't have to worry about that, luckily. I know, everyone makes fun of the title of this game because it doesn't really make any sense when you think about it. I remember making the same joke that everyone else did when Michael first played this game on his channel. I'm like, alright, well, it's 7 days and you haven't died yet, so I guess you failed the point of the game.
Yeah. Or if you die on day 1, you win.
Exactly, ahead of schedule. I should have brought money with me, so I could have gotten some of these extra books.
I knew you didn't have money the moment I laid eyes on you.
Wow, like I even said, I knew you didn't have money the moment I laid eyes on you. Such shit talk. I'll take a quest from you at least.
That's just dandy.
Here we go. The corn is just happy to see you. Good lord. Ooh, a level 6 stone axe. Yeah, I'll take that. Of course, there's a million zombies trying to break in here for no freaking reason right now. Somehow they all saw me go in here, I guess. Press the pause button. Did anyone ever think of just turning off their TV? Yeah, seriously. Let's put all this stuff away for now. Oh, you're coming after me now? How about no? Alright, so should I look a little bit more around here? Found some interesting stuff so far. Right, that quest is right up there, it looks like, that I just got. Fruits from another planet.
Fruits?
Yeah, like I guess an alien fruit.
Interesting.
I don't know. It's beyond comprehension. I think there was a Nicolas Cage movie based on an H.P. Lovecraft story that kind of features something like that. I think it's The Color Out of Space. It's a really weird movie. It actually wasn't a bad one though. It's kind of interesting as far as Nick Cage movies go. It was like a meteor hit this guy's farm, and then the stuff he was growing started to become taken over by these alien crops, basically, like weird colored fruit, I guess it was, or something like that. At least I think that's how it was. I think I saw this movie like a year or so ago, maybe more. You haven't seen H.P. Lovecraft? Well, no one has for like 100 years because he's been dead for that long, just about, or whatever. Oh.
Hello,
Oh,
Kate.
bye.
How's it
Don't
going?
get stuck. Oh, hey, Kate. What's up with you? Oh, I found the, a lake. Actually, it's a really cool looking lake. Let me come by and take a look at this. There's a nice little view over here we got. Oh, there's the highway. And it goes off into like a snowy mountain over there. That's really cool looking, actually. This is a really big lake. Let's come over here. If we can. It actually looks like it's gonna be a little bit of a drive here. Stopping by the stream for a bit. Going on a road trip tomorrow. So I've been busy packing. Ah, you going anywhere cool? It's the summertime, so hopefully they're not going anywhere too hot. It's not the time for that this time of year. But yeah, thanks for stopping by the stream. Even if you are going to be busy later. Yeah, I'd like to get up on there, but that's going to be too much trouble right now for the stuff I'm carrying. Let's go off this way. Oh, going to the beach. Oh, a trip to the beach. That's nice. Yeah. You know, sometimes I forget that not everyone lives somewhat close to the water where they can actually go and just do that. So in that sense, it actually makes a lot of sense. You have to go on a trip to the beach. Or like a beachy area anyway.
Yeah.
Alright, well, I guess we explored the rest of this little area. I don't know how much more of this town there is. Wait a second. What is this back here? I think it's one of the modded buildings. Where's Zook? This is a weird ass looking building. What the hell is this? Where's Zook housing? People living in glass houses? What is this? It's supposed to be like a joke? Well, that's really weird. Ooh. Did I see this before? There's also like a mansion back here, it looks like.
Don't worry, Phantom. I'm sure she has her grenade launcher with her for Jaws.
The Minder Manor. I wonder if that's supposed to be from something. Maybe I'll mark on the map to check out later. It's like a huge mansion to check out. Alright. What if it's haunted? It really could. Well, I mean, it's probably haunted by zombies at the least. We know that much. Sure, a ton of them. Alright, that's the trader I was checking out before. Oh, gas station here. Alright. Well, it's nice because we have a town here that's not in the wasteland, so this is a cool place to check out at some point to look for goods. It's not like the most houses, but there's enough here to check out. Looks like there might be even more back here. If I get up on this hill, though, to actually look. The manager's owner was killed by the Hitman. Yeah, me and Hitman. Yeah, there was that one mission that took place. And we had to solve... Actually, that was the one where we solved a murder. I think we did kill someone, too. That actually was one of the more interesting ones that we had to... Oh! Mike, guess what? I found our house.
Good.
The one from the last game. Yeah, it's the same one it looks like.
Oh, awesome.
Well, that's a blast from the past. Let me mark it on the map. Old house. Blow it up? Why would we let it blow up, Kate? What the zombies did in the last game, pretty much. At the very end. I'm trying to remember if there was stuff inside that was good to loot here, because it did come with some stuff if I remember correctly. I think there may have been a workbench in the basement. Probably be attacked if we try to get in here, though. Let's see. Do we have a usable door anywhere? It's easy to break into, it looks like. Kill it with fire? Why are we trying to mistreat our old house? It's really good to us. It actually really was a good base.
Yeah.
Oh wow, it took out 2 for 1. Nice.
It lasted for a very, very long time, that's for sure.
Close this for now. God, this basement's loaded with dead bodies, looks like. Yeah, it's a destroy workbench, but oh well. You're all dead, right? Well, not you. Ooh, nice. I actually think that would be something cool if they put that in the game, where you could actually burn things down like that. But fire doesn't really do much in this game. You can try to use explosives, but even that really doesn't do much either.
If I remember right, they did say something about that, but they never went into much detail beyond like saying like, oh yeah, it would be kind of cool to add more stuff with fire, and I'm like, oh, that's
Probably
really
would be
cool.
too
It's
much
just
work to
kind of
do.
like, yeah, it's kind of like they're just dismissing it.
Alright, well, that's a few things we got. No mass destruction. Yeah, the TNT Mike tried to use at one point, and it didn't even like break the window that he put it on.
Oh, the satchel charge? Yeah, I don't know what
Yeah, whatever
was
it
up
was.
with that.
It was quite anticlimactic.
Yeah, it was disappointing in the highest caliber.
Yeah, especially because you built it like, oh, get ready, stand back. It is like the
I'm sure
smallest
it's gonna be
explosion ever.
amazing.
Yeah.
I was just like, oh. Oh, that's disappointing.
Is this a floating house over here? What's this? Oh, no, it's not floating. Just look that way from far. And here's the highway. Alright, cool. You always read like 20 seconds behind? Yeah, the YouTube streaming does have a little bit of delay when I'm streaming at this quality. So it probably is about 15 seconds or so. And sometimes it does fall a little behind on its own, every once in a while. And you can try to hit the live button to catch up, but it doesn't always work. Fluffy Bottoms Pet Store, oh good lord. Was this the trader already found? No, this is another new. There's like 3 traders in this one little area. That's funny.
Cool.
Alright. Well, we have no shortage of places to buy from, it looks like.
Nice.
Oh, I think it's trader wrecked though. Oh no. Yep. Alright, well, he's probably gonna yell at me because I can't afford to really buy anything, but I'm just curious to see what he has. Definitely should have brought the money with me, I guess, because I didn't know I was gonna run all this stuff. The Mocky Donalds. Wow, he's like glitched and not actually speaking for some reason. Even though it looks like he's trying to talk. That's kind of funny.
Yeah.
I don't like you, but maybe I'll change my mind. Can't say I'm not surprised. Good luck, kid.
Or now he talked to tell me that he doesn't like me. The Mocky roll.
Don't call me Maki Roll.
And this goes back to the other town, pretty much, if I follow this road. Alright, good to know. Yeah, he suddenly started speeding up at the end there, of course. If I could steal one of these cars, that'd be nice. Oh, that's right, we have one of these other castles which spawned in close to us. It's pretty much the same castle we had before. But this one just happens to be over here instead. In retrospect, although it's going to be too much of a hassle, it would have been cooler if we took over this castle. It's actually closer to those things. Oh well. Oh, that's another Danganronpa reference. The Luminary of the Stars. And it's a lie? Yeah, okay, I see what you guys are doing here. Kokichi reference. Ugh. It is kind of annoying how when you're on the bike you do run out of stamina eventually.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I can't help but stare at the character's, I guess you call it his butt texture as he's riding the bike. Because it looks like a bit weird because he kind of just like goes through his other body, like his upper body a little bit as he rides it. It's not like the best animation, essentially. But I guess it's not really that important for this game.
That was a zombie. I was like, what the heck?
Actually, I did hear zombies too, so they might be following me, it looks like.
Oh yeah, there's one over here.
No, I'll put some of these skill books over here in case you want to read them later.
Alright.
Just gonna go into this chest that's kind of close to the entrance. Alright, there we go. Oop.
Oh damn, that was an amazing shot.
Oh, wait, you actually hit one of them?
Yeah, from like a few yards away too. Pretty impressed with that. And with one of the most inaccurate weapons in the game, the bow, that's pretty impressive.
Oh, come on, we're shit talking the bow. How could you, Mike?
I do. I remember last time that we were talking about how good it was.
What is Taz's stone axe?
Oh, remember that was the special stone axe that you could find randomly. And it played a sound effect every time you opened up one of the chests for it.
Oh, okay. I sort of remember that now. I haven't heard the name Danganronpa since they announced the port to the Switch 2 days ago. But what a long time they've not heard the name. A full 2 days. It is funny. I was talking a bit about it on Discord, I think. How I kind of feel about these ports and that sort of business. I don't know. I'm not too big a fan of that kind of thing.
I need a hammer.
Why don't you have one?
I can't make one yet, I don't think.
Ah. That's what the early game was like. You don't have the luxuries.
Yep.
You have the bare necessities. As that song goes. Alright, well I have money somewhere, so I want to take that in case I have to buy something next time I go out.
It's interesting that you would port something to a console and then add more stuff to it.
Yeah, this is what I was talking about on Discord's chat, where I was kind of complaining about how I really am not a fan of games that do this sort of thing, where they release new versions and they add little things to each version of the game to kind of make it so I guess they want people to buy each version separately. As stupid as that is.
Kind of like how Minecraft for the Switch had the like Mario crossover type thing, and then they only released it for the Switch, and it's like,
Yeah,
oh,
sure.
well, that's kind of silly. Okay.
Because I even said, I don't know if anyone answered me at the time, but I was even like, didn't they just have a Danganronpa remaster that they did for the PS4 or whatever? Because I believe that's what they had done. Like a year or two ago or whatever.
I don't remember off the top of my head, but I wouldn't.
Well, I
be
wouldn't expect you
surprised.
to, Mike, because you don't really play those games. Interesting. Well, let's see. Alright, so I explored around here. I guess we could go to the north here and check that out. Whoa. Swung my hammer for no good reason. I'm not sure about that, Kate, because that's what I was kind of talking about, that sort of thing. I'm like, I don't really like the fact that they release different versions that don't always have the same features. And it's like, I don't think they're going to go back and update the older games to add those. Like, even though they easily could do that sort of thing as a separate DLC, I kind of get the feeling they wouldn't do that. Now, maybe they actually will do that, and that'd be kind of cool of them. But I wouldn't really, you know, hold my breath for it, I would say. And it kind of reminds me of what people said. I don't know, JP would probably know, because I think I don't know if he played the game, but he was kind of following it. I think they were doing something similar to Final Fantasy VII Remake, where they said, oh yeah, we're making the Final Fantasy VII Remake, it's coming out for the PS4 only. And I'm like, yeah, they're definitely going to release a version for the PS5, right? And then eventually they did. And I think what they did was they had an upgrade for people to play it on the PS5, of course. But then they were also releasing an updated version of the game for the PS5 that's only going to have, like, some extra bonus missions or whatever. I forget the exact details. Oh, JP's still following. Okay, good. So maybe you know the exact details about that, JP, and you could actually let me know. Because I probably don't have it exactly right. But from my understanding, there's some kind of PS5 update to, like, part 1 of that remake. If someone could explain why they need multiplayer in the remake, that'd be great. I didn't even hear about that part of it, which... yeah, that raises even more questions. I mean, didn't you know 20 years ago, JP? I guess it's like, what, 23, 24 years ago now? When you first played Final Fantasy VII, that game definitely needed multiplayer. I mean, it was so obvious. I played, I'm like, you know what this game is missing? It's missing multiplayer. Where's the multiplayer in this game? If they ever remake this game, I thought to myself, what they better do is, one, add a whole bunch of padding in the story that, well, actually doesn't really add anything to the story, just pads out the game itself. So they could actually sell extra copies because they make 3 different versions of the damn game. Also, they should make multiplayer for no good reason, just to take up even more time before they could finish the complete game. Oh, they should also release multiple versions of the game for multiple systems, because I would love to buy the game over and over again, just constantly waste $60 and $70 at a time to play each individual CD that came with the original game. Or like half of a part of a CD, apparently. Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking when I played that game. Well, this area is kind of a bust because it's a... oh, wait, maybe it's over. We have greener pastures over here, it looks like. Yeah, a lot of this was a burnt wasteland, and actually this isn't really too big either, because it's just ending right here, apparently. I guess I could cross this river. Though I'm not sure what territory I'm heading to over here. Oh, no, Mike! Come back here. Okay, so JP is explaining even more of it. Let me go. As soon as I'm safe, I'll read this, because I'm now in the water and drowning, apparently. There we go. It's a Battle Royale style multiplayer where you play as Shinra trainees. I mean, that's exactly what I imagined from Final Fantasy, of course. Battle Royale. This seems a bit out of place. But okay. And the update essentially makes Yuffie the main character? Yeah, I think that's what I heard a little bit of too. I wasn't exactly positive. So Yuffie, and she's the main character of that part of the game too? Sure, of course. You didn't want to know all of her adventures before the main story? I mean, what I really want to know about, and I'm really going to demand this, otherwise I'm going to sue Square Enix for disappointing me in my childhood. I want to know the story of Yuffie's parents and how they met. And all the details leading up to their relationship. And then I want to have an in-detailed account of her conception. Because of course.
Oh, God.
And if I don't get that in the game,
no.
Final Fantasy VII is just a complete disappointment to me. Why'd I even play this thing in the first place?
Lord.
Come on, Mike, you know that's what you really want from Final Fantasy VII. Good night, Kate.
Good night.
The Broski Kid has just subscribed. Thank you, Broski. Oh, there's even more highway over here, apparently. This is a different one, I think. Yeah, this is in a totally different location. But yes, Broski, if you're following on the stream, thank you very much for that. If you subscribe to one of the videos, then you're probably not hearing this right now. But it is still appreciated nonetheless. You lived at the weirdest of times, no doubt, no doubt. Oh, I did see something you posted in Not Safe for Work recently. I don't know if it's the thing you're referencing. But I wasn't sure what it was at first, and I guess it's a reference to Dragon Ball. Which, yeah, I wasn't really sure what to think about that, JP. But thank you for sharing that. It's good to know it exists. There's a huge skyscraper over there. It's all the way out there. Really far from the base, but I kind of want to check it out. Is that a pool? What is this? Hold on a second here. Or did water spawn inside this building? What the hell? What am I looking at? I should jump over the fence here. Sort of fancy like that. What the hell is this place? Does this feel like a resort? I guess it's supposed to be. It doesn't really look like one with how run down it is, but I guess it's part of the game. How odd. So yeah, it's supposed to be like a diving board, I guess? That's interesting. Alright, that was anticlimactic. Phantom said, I'm gonna go. Bye everyone, hope you enjoy the rest of the stream. Have a good whatever time it is for you. I have no idea except for try and Mike. Good night, you two. Alright, Phantom. Have yourself a good night.
Yep, night.
They should continue to finish the whole Final Fantasy VII Remake instead of giving us the spin-off garbage. I agree completely. And they're going to need to stretch that into the PS7 with all this padding. Yeah. I mean, there's things I hate to be right about. And, yeah, it seems like Final Fantasy VII Remake is one of them. I remember discussing this with you, JP, back when we first saw one of the trailers. I forget which one it was for this game. And we were both kind of like, you know, it's kind of weird how all the footage just happens to be from Midgar. It almost seems like they're not going to make anything past Midgar with what they're doing here. And yeah, that turned out to be the case entirely. And I know people who are like, oh, don't worry about it. They'll be working on the game. Yeah. Which, I mean, it's kind of a joke if you see how quick Square's been to release any Final Fantasy VII game. Or not Final Fantasy VII, but any Final Fantasy game in general lately. It's everything gets delayed massively and takes forever to come out. And nothing ever just goes right for them. So it's funny that people have this confidence that, yeah, they're just going to like crank these out one after the other. You know, don't worry, they'll be out in no time. It's like, what are you talking about? No, there's going to be multiple years in between each game. And I think I even said, like, there's going to be like 2 or 3 years between each game if we're lucky. And it could be even more than that. It could be like 5 years. I wouldn't be surprised. And the fact that they're going in and they're adding all this padding to the game, it really doesn't make any sense. Because you have to think that whatever team they're using for making these DLCs and additional stories, whatever they want to call them, these expansions, like that would be a team that would be working on whatever the sequel would actually be. So I don't get it at all. It's like they find new ways to surprise me with how stupid they are. Cause like I knew they would take forever to make the games. What I would not expect is that they would release additional. I mean, I could see them doing DLCs to an extent, right? What I would not expect is them to do these large story expansions in between, which add even more unnecessary fluff. That is what kind of surprises me, which in reality it probably shouldn't have. But like I said, they find new ways of letting me down, I guess. And you didn't play any of those either, did you, Mike? The Final Fantasy VII Remake?
No, I never did.
Yeah. Well, I remember you weren't really like a big fan of those Final Fantasy games, because you did play the, Actually, I think you played a couple on your channel, didn't you?
Yeah, a couple of them. But, like, I kind of just, like, fell off of it because I was just like,
Whoa.
yeah, this is starting to become grindy to me.
Alright. Almost drew off a cliff there. Let's go
Good
this
job.
way. Ooh, I was actually able to stop in time for this one, at least. Which is a little bit surprising. You say that, JP, but actually, maybe you're serious. I was gonna say that actually wouldn't be a bad idea. Although I guess they already had a prequel to do that. Oh yeah, was this what was that, Crisis Core or whatever? I was gonna say though, it does make sense if they were to do something like that again. Because that actually feels like something they could build up on. Like there's enough there to do something with just Yuffie's background. It's like, alright, well, she's a thief. She steals materia. She probably has some kind of background doing that. I kind of think we understand her character just from the game on its own. What's actually in Final Fantasy VII. I don't know why we need more storyline to explain that, because we really don't. It's really not that complicated. I think this was the thing that people were referencing on the Discord a couple of days ago, or maybe it was just yesterday. I don't know, I have no concept of time, apparently. But they were saying apparently it's canon that Sephiroth washes with like a full bottle of shampoo and conditioner like nightly or whatever. I'm like, what? Is this for real? Is this serious? And it apparently comes from that game. I don't know why that was added in the game, but apparently it was. What's up, Mike?
I said that's funny as hell. Oh my god.
I kind of just have to roll my eyes. I'm like, that's kind of like classic. I don't even know if he worked on the game or not. I would assume he did because he's seen that a lot to do with Final Fantasy VII, but I'm assuming that's just classic Nomura. Just doing weird shit for the sake of it. I mean, it makes sense. It's the same studio that does Kingdom Hearts with their stupid character designs, which just look so ridiculous. You need a metric ton of shampoo as well. I guess so. Alright, let's try to get back through. Oh my god, what is this? Let's not go in there. I hate riding through these areas. Burt Forest. I don't know, it's kind of like a minor thing to complain about, but it just makes me roll my eyes. It just kind of feels like it's so... It's just emblematic, emblematic of what Final Fantasy VII, or just like the series in general, has become these days, which is more about like style over substance. In like a literal sense, where it's just this like ridiculous fashion styles and I don't know. Like I don't even have hope for it. But I guess I sort of do, and that's why I'm still upset about it. That's what they could figure. It's like, maybe one day they'll find their way again. But every game is like, well, not this time. Maybe next time. And the truth is, probably isn't going to be next time either. Well, I have heard people say, I guess they're already working on Final Fantasy 16 as well, which is surprising to hear. Now, I have no idea what's going to happen to Final Fantasy 16. You want to let it go, and yet, yeah, that's a good way of putting it. It's like I can still remember what it was at one point. When it brought me, it's like Game of Thrones. Like, at one point this brought me happiness. And it had the potential to be something great, but then it was just snuffed out. For no damn good reason. I feel like it's easier with stuff like, TV shows, right? Game of Thrones, Lost, so on and so forth, because once they're over, they're pretty much over. I guess there are some shows where they kind of do reunions or whatever every once in a while. It doesn't really happen very often. And so you can kind of just forget about them after a while. But with these video game franchises, they just like never let them go. And they just keep on cranking out like bad sequel after bad sequel. So you're just like constantly reminded of it. Because you still got people want to talk about it for whatever reason. And the sad thing is that in a lot of ways, because of the growth of just video games in general, these new things sell better than the old ones that, you know, were actually good. So it's just like even more insult to injury. Oh, you know, I never played the new Resident Evil game. I heard about it, but you know, it's weird. I just never really, like, I even heard about it coming out. I'm like, oh wow, I'm surprised it came out so soon. Like, I don't know if I'd play it because I think I also got Resident Evil 7, but I never played that one either. So I just didn't really have the time and inclination to play it. Do you kind of get that way, Mike, where there's like games that you're like, oh yeah, I'd definitely play that, but then when it's actually time, you're like, I'm not in the mood to play that, not in the mood to play that, not in the mood to play that, even though you kind of planned on doing it?
There was certain games that I was like, oh, I'm gonna buy this. Like there was this old RPG game that I was gonna purchase and play because it looked really awesome when I watched a video of it. And then when it finally like released on a system that I like, you know, was gonna get and play on, I was just like, forget it, and never even bought it because I was just like, I would never actually go through and play it fully. And so I was just like, it'd just be sitting on a shelf forever.
Oh, the new thing,
So
of course, is everything's sitting in your Steam library.
Oh, yeah. Level 3 iron pickaxe. I don't know what level you have, so.
I don't think I have any pickaxes, actually. So if you had an extra one, I'll take it.
Alright.
And you need to play 7 first. Interesting. I really didn't know what they'd do with Resident Evil if they like kind of rebooted it, because that's the impression I got with Resident Evil 7 is there's a complete reboot, so I guess it continues with that one. I think that's one of the reasons I also didn't really play Resident Evil 7 is I think I played a little bit of it maybe, and then I wasn't into that kind of game because it felt so different from all the other Resident Evils. And I mean, that's kind of like a meme with Resident Evil, because they kind of do that a lot with their games. Where a new game feels nothing like one of the old ones. But that one in particular felt very, very different. Because it felt a lot more like a, what's the word I'm looking for? It was like more of a modern horror game than a Resident Evil horror game. If that makes any sense. Survival horror, whatever you want to call it. I don't think I played it at the time, but I did get to play it afterwards. And it's kind of similar to those games that came out in kind of the early 2000s, right? Or 2010s, I should say. Outlast, because I played that for Halloween a few years ago. And it felt very similar to that, because it's kind of like a game where it seemed like and maybe I just didn't get up to a point where you start fighting back, but you're just like running away from shit constantly. And I don't know if you're there at the Outlast stream, JP, but I really did not enjoy that game for the most part. I was like, oh, this is fun. Yeah, I just have to constantly keep outrunning these guys. And oh, look, this guy's magically here at this point. It knows where I am, and I have to go this way and that way. And like, yeah, this is really exciting. So I didn't really enjoy Outlast. I'm not a fan of those types of games, so... It's funny, though, because I never played those games, and then I played Resident Evil 7, and I was just kind of like, I'm not into this, and then later on I played Outlast, and I'm like, oh. So this is what inspired those games. I'm like, I don't know how this inspired anything. I think I kind of like said that at that point, when I got done with that game.
Yeah, I don't think you ever actually did fight back in that game, if I remember right.
I don't think so, no. I think it was constantly running. And there were a few points where I'm like, it's an interesting idea to do that in a game. But there were a number of points. There's one in particular I remember where it was very frustrating. Because I did this thing where I'm not a fan of chasing games. No. No. Let's put it like that. But the reason why in particular is there's one scene where you're running away from whatever the big fat enemy in this game. And actually, no, at this point, you're not running away from it yet. You're like in a room with it. And I think you'd either run by or you could sneak by. And so I was being like super careful. Like I sneaked by this thing. And I went all the way up these stairs without alerting it. I'm like, okay, we're doing pretty good. This is exciting. Like you get different ways to do this. But then I get up the stairs. And then because it's scripted, the enemy just busts through a like a wooden barrier or whatever, or like a chain link barrier, and starts chasing you automatically. So I was like, alright, so I did all this stuff to try to get around it and sneak by it, and I was successful. But then the game is scripted to initially, regardless of what your choice was and how you handled this, you immediately start getting chased at that point. And I think because of the way I did that, he like busted through a fence that was right in front of me, and like I immediately got killed. Because he was in the way of where I had to go. Then the second time I did it, I'm like, alright, well fuck this, I'm just gonna run for it to begin with. So he chases me, and because he's chasing behind me, he doesn't spawn that same spot anymore, and so I just, like, run out without having anything in my way, because I could pretty much just outrun the stupid thing. And so that's where I was like, alright, so this game is brain dead, all I have to do is just outrun the enemy constantly, and I'm fine. And that happened multiple times in the game, I'm like, well, I'm not gonna think about it, I'm just gonna run, and, like, I was able to get away with things that I really shouldn't have, because, really, the game isn't all that well designed, I would say. And that probably would piss off some people. In fact, I think I did piss off some people with the way I kind of played that one. But I'm like, I don't really care. Like, there's nothing really to this game. Like, yeah, it'd be one thing if I could immerse myself in it. But the game won't let me, because when I try to play the game the way I would do it realistically, where, yeah, I'm trying to be, like, sneaky, I'm trying to get by this thing, then the game just scripts a sequence to get me killed. Because I guess I was doing too well, apparently. But that was a while ago now, so I probably shouldn't be too upset about it. And I really haven't played any other games like that, to be fair. Outlast is probably the only one. And like I said, I think I played a little bit of Resident Evil 7, and I'm just kind of like, I'm not feeling it. So I didn't really play it much more. I think I played Outlast because someone gifted it to me. And it's probably either JP or Frog. I don't really remember which one of you. But I think it was one of you. So I kind of felt compelled to play it, and it wasn't really all that long of a game. I think we did beat it in just one night, was it? Or was it 2 nights? Might have been 2 nights.
2.
Okay, Mike's holding me to it. I can't get away with saying I did it in one night. That was a big complaint with Outlast. It was a very on-rails game. Yeah, I felt that way. Especially with that sequence I brought up. I think that's the thing that like mostly got me annoyed with that game, is that thing right there. Because I think up until that point, I was like kind of into it. But then that like really took me out of it at that moment. I think this is supposed to be covering the entire base. But as you can see, it doesn't really. Oh well.
Okay, I'm cooking 10 steak and potatoes meal,
Ooh,
10
fancy.
bottles of water, and 2 meat stews. So we just had like a surplus of potatoes because I forgot about the farm that we had in this base at one point. Oh my god.
Is there another game from that kind of genre that people recommend more? Because I know the other really big one, I think it came before this, was Amnesia. And that really started to kick that thing off in the first place. I think Mike tried to play a little bit at that one point, but he didn't get very far, did you?
No, I had problems with it. And I was streaming it at the same time, so I never got very far because of that.
Oh yeah, that's when you had your streaming issues, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, that obviously doesn't help. Yeah, 5 to 6 hours sounds about right. I think it did take 2 streams, so that probably is close enough to it. The funny thing too is I think I beat the game like relatively quickly. Because we didn't have like all that much trouble. There were a few scenes where I was just... I think like I did die a few times because I wasn't even really trying after a certain point. I'm just like, oh yeah, we ran here and we got killed. Well, now I know not to go here, so let's go this way instead. Alright, I'm going to travel at night, and let's see, where should I go? You have the call at night. Godspeed, y'all. Alright, JP, you have yourself a good night. Thank you for stopping by, as always, through the, Oh, that's right, I have a level up that I didn't put points into. But yeah, thanks for coming out to the 7 Days to Die streams, as always. It's good to see you here. What should I get? What should I get? What do I need for this? Level 7. Oh, that needs more points, so okay. Oh, you know what I just realized? I actually saw stuff about this the other day. Rule 1 cardio. I guess it's from a movie called Zombieland, is it? I don't know if you saw that, Mike.
I did.
Oh, how was it?
There's a scene in it that always, like, rubbed me the wrong way just because of how bullshit it is.
Uh-oh. What happened, Mike?
Well,
That
minor
sounds good already.
spoilers to the movie. Basically, there's this scene in it where these 2 gentlemen show up and like meet these 2 ladies who are scam artists, basically. And
Uh-oh.
basically, the older of the 2 claims that her sister got bit, who's the younger of the 2, and she just doesn't have the strength to, you know, put her out of her misery, and like says that like at first like the guys should do it, and the guys look at each other and are like, you know, like not willing to really do it. And then the girl's like, fine, you know what, I actually do have the strength, give me your gun.
Oh, no.
And so he hands the
I see where
gun
this is
to
going.
her, and she aims it at
Pulls
the
it on
you
him?
know, kid, and then all of a sudden pulls it on him and says, give us all your supplies and all that, and we'll let you live. And I was
Wow.
like, back then, after I watched that scene, I was like, I would have just shot them both. Been like, you know what, fuck this, and just shot them both.
Good
Like,
lord.
he's like, trust no one, just shoot them both. Knowing that happens. And like, I think I told that to one of my friends once, and they were like, wow, you're a psycho. And I'm like, no, you don't understand. Once you see that scene, you would do the same.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, I think maybe rule 1 in a zombie apocalypse should be don't hand your gun over anyone.
Yeah, ever.
Actually, it's probably a good idea just in general not to do that. Like, even before the zombie apocalypse, don't hand your guns over to anyone.
Yeah, just say, you're on your own and leave. If you're not gonna do it, you know. Worst case scenario. But I do love how later on in the movie, they actually do become partners at the end, and basically, like their whole mission was to get to this playground or park or whatever you call it, like, you know, theme park that the daughter wanted, like the sister wanted to go to. And when they finally get there, the love interest is what she becomes at that point. Goes,
Oh, of course.
she's like, man, you know what? It's too bad we couldn't have those guys join us. And the younger one goes, you loved him, didn't you? Ah, you ruined the whole thing. And I'm just like, oh, good God. I like cringed and rolled my eyes so hard.
Found another mansion.
Oh, God.
So I'm gonna have to share these with you, I guess. All these things I've been checking off here. What are these? Oh, they're supposed to be like tanks they put in front of here. That's kind of cool. A helicopter, some tanks. I guess this mansion is under assault for some reason. Oh yeah, I think we mentioned this before, the Army of the Dead movie.
Yeah.
Hopefully it turns out decent.
I heard for the longest time, Shaun of the Dead was like the best like parody zombie movie. I have to say I somewhat liked it, but it definitely wasn't my favorite.
I mean, I wouldn't even really call it a zombie movie, because it's more just an outright comedy.
Yeah, it is literally an outright comedy. But I just remember when the first time I watched it, this one guy was telling me, he's like, oh, you'll love it, trust me. It's like the best comedy movie ever made. And I watched it, and like they said, what did you think about it? And I was like, you're not going to like my answer. And they're like, well, what is it? And I'm like, honestly, I hated it.
Oh, you
Because at
hated
the
it,
time
like?
I actually did. At the time I actually did hate it. But looking back now, it actually was a very good movie. But I don't know why. Just at the time, I just didn't like it.
Did you see Hot Fuzz as well?
Hot Fuzz, that sounds familiar.
It's kind of like the spiritual sequel to that movie, 'cause it's starring a lot of the same people, like the main two people. And they kind of like similar roles, pretty much.
Huh. No,
But basically,
must not have.
like the one guy from that movie, like the main guy, I forget his actual name. He's like working as a cop in London, and then like basically gets in trouble because they say that he's being like too aggressive with people, so they transfer him out into the country as kind of like a punishment. And then he basically was like a really small rural town, and he like gets a partner there who's like the same person who was in the other movie, Shaun of the Dead, like kind of like the chubbier friend, pretty much.
Yeah.
If you remember the characters from that one.
I think I do, yeah.
And so they become partners, and it's funny because like the first time they meet, he like finds him in a bar drunk, and he thinks he's just like a drunk patron, and so he ends up arresting him, and then he goes into like the office the next day. And he's like, all right, where's my partner? It's like, oh, he's there in the cell. And he's like, damn it, I arrested him. It's like, this is my partner, this drunk? He's like, yep.
Yeah.
And basically he ends up being like the police chief's son. And that's why he's like working there and basically gets away with like kind of being like a lazy bastard.
Yeah, that's funny.
And it's a really good movie because there's like a good mystery in it too. And it has like a really good payoff. And I don't want to spoil it at all because of how interesting it is.
Okay.
So I would recommend watching it at some point.
Yeah, I might have to look into that again.
I'm gonna travel on this highway and see what we could find. This will also keep me out of trouble with these, it's not, even though the night's pretty much almost over. It's only 3 o'clock here. I don't know if it's just me, but it almost feels like the time's going quicker in this game. Maybe I set the time to be different in this one. Or maybe it's just my perception.
Okay, so I have a 3-wall defense that should hold them at bay for a little while. Do we want to end it with the defense that we had before, where it was just kind of like after they hopefully fall off, we just take them out from like a platform.
Yeah, I guess that would work. Ooh. Hmm.
They can only jump one block, but I think you might get spider zombies next, so I don't know how to.
Oh yeah, I've seen some spawning by me when I was just walking around before. So I would expect them, yeah.
Okay. Got an idea then.
I think maybe a long-term project for this game at some point will be to fix up these highways, because there's gaps every now and then. And it'd be interesting to actually have them filled in so you could just like drive along them and just constantly go forever pretty much.
Yeah.
This one's a pretty small gap. We can just fill this in here. There we go.
Another morning in the game. There we go.
Indeed. A very peaceful morning sound. I was like the little morning jingle.
Yeah.
Oh, and there's a trader by our old house. I probably should save this just in case too. Apparently we have a challenge over here. Oh boy. I'm assuming that guy's a runner. Yeah, he is. Okay, so it's a good thing I'm up here.
Get these spikes built into this, so this will hopefully not fall.
Well, it's a good thing I was up here with all these enemies that freaking spawned. It's crazy. There's two of those, like alien-looking ones. Oh god, I fell. Oh god. Run. There we go. Oh boy. Okay. Oh boy. Okay. Oof.
Oh, I just realized the flaw about this.
Mike,
Makes it
is there a
harder
big
for
one?
two peop- It kind of makes it hard for two people to defend it at once. Because it's like a catwalk, you know, like it's just a single panel platform. And so, oh, I wasn't supposed to upgrade those blocks. So whatever, it's fine. Yeah, let's just destroy it. Kind of a waste of wood, but that's okay.
What the hell is it? I hear a zombie, but I don't know where the fuck it is.
Actually, we might be able to make that jump as long as we're not over encumbered. Sweet.
Oh, Mike, I need to listen closely here. It's like, where the fuck is this thing? Is it down here? There's like an enemy underground. That is weird. At least I think that's where it's coming from. It's really hard to tell. The fuck? This is really glitchy. Yeah, Scream is annoying.
Oh, you found a screamer? Interesting.
There were two that spawned this mission, but no, this is a spider zombie screaming.
Oh. Fun.
I can't tell exactly where the damn sound's coming from. Yeah, this is really weird, Fantron. I know they could hear it too. It's not up there. I think I have to kill him for the mission too that I'm on right now. Sounds like he's below here. Promise I have oh. There he is. That was really fucking weird. Come out here. There's the loot. Alright, well that was fucking weird. It's like trying to dig through the caves and trying to figure out where it's coming from in Minecraft. Yeah, this is definitely a Minecraft moment. Well, we got him to shut up. Break this up. Let me just cover up this hole.
More books to read.
All right, there we go. Absolutely bizarre. I guess we could stop by Trader Joel's over here and see what he has. Since we're in his neighborhood.
Wipe that smirk off your face. Doing one job doesn't make us pals. Got it.
No more jobs, huh?
I always love it when I hear a zombie just like fall into the, you know, little spike area.
Just hear them suffering.
Well, the reason why it was so funny as well is because I just like hear like stomp, 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 and I'm just like, wait, that can't be Try. He's nowhere nearby. And then all of a sudden I just hear him fall in there. I'm just like, oh, well, there you go. There's the proof of that.
This one time when I attempted that and suddenly the zombies fell from above and you're close to dying. Yeah, that's the joys of stuff like Minecraft. That happens all the time. Oh, I can lower the game volume for myself now because I made it much louder to hear where that stupid zombie was. There we go. Well, that's right. Since I'm over here, I can see where you made that, the old one. So I'm back near the original base.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's right. I'll have to get off here anyway, because this stupid thing gives out. You weren't used to the PC controls at that point, I guess? It's funny, because for me, I've only really played that game on the PC, Minecraft. Actually, I could probably take this back to get to, I'm kind of near the base anyway, if I wanted to. Right, let's see what's out here to the right.
There's not a working chem station in our base, right?
No, I think there was a broken one.
Okay.
Yeah, let me just... I could go out that way, but that's... I don't know, I kind of looked there last time. I don't think there was too much there. That's kind of why I gave up and came back. So we'll go back up north, and then I'll poke a left and get back to the base, I suppose. I guess I could follow these roads and see how far up north they go. So it does seem like they extend for quite a ways. Every now and then it looks like there's a part where it ends, but then it keeps going on. I think it's just the game loading it weirdly. I'm not sure if you can notice that in the video, Fantron. Where do we get lucky and find food over here? Not really. Alright, well that's definitely a gap. I already passed what I was going for. Damn it. I can take this. Oh, yeah, now I can eat this. That's right. And now I'm looking at this. This is going to be hard to get through because it's like a valley I'm in right now. The worst part about Minecraft is the infinite world? Really? I always thought it was one of the best parts of Minecraft is how the world can just kind of go on for infinite, so you can never really get bored of trying to explore because there's always going to be more to find. Because for me anyway, that meant that you could keep playing as long as you want until, you know, eventually you just get bored of the game in general. Because while you were playing, there's always new things to find and new things to explore.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. So I got the schematic for a beaker, but for some reason I looked at everything that you could try to build it in, and it's not going to let me.
There's a dead rabbit corpse that's kind of sliding on the ground right here.
That's interesting.
This is really weird. Now it just vanished. I wonder if I got everything from it. So I was stabbing with the knife that was sliding. That was hilarious. Alright, well, let's go see this. The man-eater. Not too bad. You're trying to find a fortress in the Nether and it took you a whole day to find? Was there like a specific one you had to find or something? 'Cause I don't really know how Minecraft works anymore. Oh, that's good enough, I guess. Trader for... oh, I think there's a chem station in here. Did you need to find a chem station, Mike?
Oh, not immediately, no. I just was wondering if we had one in our base or not.
No, I think there might be a trader here that has a chem station, because I said trader for CH. I think that might mean that has a chem station in it. But it's only kind of back in the original base area.
Oh, that's funny.
I'd like to explore that, but it's way too high up. Jeez. That's not gonna be easy to get down. There you go, slow and steady, does it? Whoa. Sometimes your character goes too quickly and it's like he's gonna fall down the entire ledge. Just because of how fast the speed takes him. Yeah, since you did bring it up, Antron, I will say, I still do want to play Minecraft again at some point. I'm just not sure when it'll ever be.
Yeah.
What was the last chance you got to play it, Mike?
I tried doing a video on it, and it just failed because it gave me one of the island seeds, and that's the one that people say is the worst one you can get. And so I just kind of scrapped it because I just didn't like how it turned out. Beyond that, like the last time I played it was the Switch version with my nephew, and I have to admit I just don't like that version.
So I guess it wasn't all that long ago. It's like somewhat recently.
Yeah, somewhat recently. I do need to play it again on the PC though.
Yeah, that'd be interesting to see. At least that's how I feel about it.
I don't know. I still say that I kind of like this game a little bit better than Minecraft, but Minecraft is kind of relaxing. I will say that. One thing that people are doing lately is they're playing it hardcore, where once you die, you delete your map. And I'm just like, that just seems silly. Like, since it's so easy to die at the game, it just seems kind of counterproductive to do that.
Well, let's take over here instead. I don't have a good feeling about that area, because every time we do this, we start on one side and it ends up taking us to the other. Right now I'm digging for, you know, one of those hidden supplies. And as you know, Mike, every time you look for a buried treasure, whatever side you start on is the side that's the opposite of wherever it's located.
Yeah. I remember.
Come on, narrow it down more for me. It's
I
probably
even
in
heard
this corner.
the skill that's supposed to help it be easier doesn't help either. I
Yeah,
was like, oh, this is beautiful.
it probably helps a little bit, but I feel like it's also a waste to put a skill just into that alone.
Mm-hmm.
The Java edition has more to offer. And that just means the PC version, right? The Java one?
Yeah. Because the console version, I think, is stuck in, what was it called? Geez, I honestly don't remember off the top of my head. Anyway, I'm gonna make you a hammer real quick. There you go.
What the hell? Oh, it's more like this way.
Aha.
Oh, there it is. Stupid food stash.
My favorite thing about this game is the hammer used to be the best weapon in the game because it could one-shot zombies somehow.
Oh,
And they were
really?
like, it's not supposed to do that, so they took it out.
Oh, you bitch. Get out of here.
But it was
I
just
didn't
like
hear you.
so funny.
Yeah, you're talking about the normal hammer, right?
Yeah, the normal claw hammer.
That's hilarious. Oh, there's a McDonald's for... I think someone was asking about it earlier. McDowell is what they call it. I'm surprised that dog didn't chase us.
Here is your greetings, stranger. I've got the best deals in Navisgain.
He said it's the best deals in Navisgain. We're not playing Navisgain this time around, dude. Hmm. So this guy's selling a couple schematics. Do you have the hobo stew? Because he has the recipe for that.
It says it's still locked on mine.
Do you think I should get it? So it usually is something pretty good to have.
Yeah, I mean, it allows you to use the rotted meat, which is kind of nice.
Yeah, alright, I'll pick it up then. Plus,
You
since
come back sometime.
I can keep it, then I can also give you a copy and we'll both be able to make it.
Yeah. I still love it the first time you saw that. You're like, that's disgusting.
Yeah, so it actually went into the damn thing.
I think the first, like I said, the first time it was introduced into the game, it actually did give you like a, what was like a 30% chance of food poisoning still, even after it was cooked. Let me see, do I have any rotten? I remember, like, if you eat that, you have like a extremely high chance of getting it.
Oh, cargo drop.
Yeah.
Looks like it's in the middle of the lake again. Freaking idiots. Oh, they split the update? So what does that mean exactly, Fantron? I mean, I guess it's kind of self-explanatory in that they're not releasing everything at once, but how are they breaking it up exactly? Yeah, so there's a chemistry station over here. in this one trader. Let me mark the exact location of it and share it. There's also a forge here too.
Oh yeah, dang.
What? Oh. Probably considers me too close to the trader. Can't believe this actually stopped me. Ugh. Stupid trash. Yeah, the thing about the bike that's a little funny and also annoying is pretty much anything stops the damn thing if you run into it. Like run into a little bit of debris, the thing just instantly comes to a stop. So you don't get the massive caves, the mountains, mobs, new biomes. Instead, you only get the blocks and items. That sounds like very little. I can understand being disappointed in that. Because that also sounds like the most minor thing that would be in the update. Like the blocks and the items alone.
Yeah.
I guess we try to get this thing.
Oh yeah, this should work out really
Oh, I forgot. Yeah, I could walk on water. It's ridiculous. How do I get the third-person view?
well. How did you walk on water?
Isn't there a way to do a third-person view in this game, Mike? I forget which button it is.
I want to say it's one of the function keys, but I don't remember.
Oh no. Hold on, I'll do this later. Let me get this first. Don't open up. Don't put the bike here. What are you doing? Let's see. Ah. It's supposed to be
left
F5.
Alt on mine.
I don't think that worked though.
I pressed both buttons. I just said it was on mine and it's not working either. I switched it to left alt on mine.
I have to do this on land. Let me see.
Oh yeah, see global.
Can I do it like this? Let me see. Aha! I had to go in the debug mode for this. Yeah, how does this look? I want to see how this looks like in... Yeah, there we go. Pretty much just like walks on top of the water. That is silly. Time to get to the base. I like how this chicken can run in the water, apparently. Now, is that not just ridiculous? Chicken running full speed under the water. Good lord.
Wow.
What's up?
So, with the mod that you added, so the trapped tall spikes are the new thing, and like the log spikes are returned. That's awesome.
Now, what are those again? You have to remind me because it's been a while.
The log spikes are those like stronger than normal spikes, and like used to be able to when used would be able to actually not only injure the zombies like HP, but also could like break their legs and stuff.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know what you mean now. Yeah, I guess they decided to bring that back with whatever that one mod was. I don't even know what it's called, really. So I downloaded a few of them and I didn't know what they all did.
The it's called like the extra like design mod or something like that. Let's see. Okay, you need forged iron for it. Good. I don't have any of that.
Wow. I guess you planted some trees in here?
Yeah.
Because I can hardly see my way around now. It's funny.
Apparently they do only 3 damage or something on the base stat, but as you upgrade it, they do like slightly more. And they can hit a zombie more times the higher their level as well. Looks like the tall spikes are the better bang for your, yeah. Because like the wood log spikes, they've nerfed them still though.
Huh.
Ah, crap. I forgot I need an axe as well.
Also, they did end up adding the axolotls at least. That's pretty cool then. Yeah, that's what I was looking forward to most of all because that would have been fun to do.
Oh, copper was added? Nice. That might be interesting too to see how that worked. Oh yeah, your hammer's inside the workbench.
Oh, cool, thanks. Or you mean the pickaxe or whatever?
It's in the actual... There you go.
Okay. Oh yeah, at one point, did you say you had an extra... Oh, is it this one over here, the pickaxe? Iron pickaxe?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, right, we're keeping some stuff in here. Forgot about this one. Yeah, you know, since we didn't play in a week, or actually 3. Yeah, I had chests in here too. I forgot about these. So I was starting to try to organize it, but then I forgot all about this. Let's put some stuff in here for now, I guess. Still have to think of a better way to organize it in the future. There we go. What does this have? Charismatic nature? I'm being inspired. What does that mean?
Oh, it's one of the skills I tried just to see how it works.
Oh, okay.
It's supposed to give you, while you're nearby, it's supposed to give you plus 20 health and, what was the
Oh,
other thing? I think
yeah.
it was like stamina?
Yeah, you're right. It
I
does
always
give
thought
me...
I
What's
always
up?
thought it sounded stupid, so I was just like, yeah, whatever. I never did it before, but I was like, I'm gonna try it this time just to see.
Yeah, interesting. I was like, what the hell is this icon I see? I thought it was saying like I have my microphone on in the game. I'm like, that's weird. All right.
Oh, speaking of that other movie, again, my favorite thing about the Rule 1 cardio
Whoa! There's a zombie in the middle of the base.
is the reason why that comes up is because a zombie like sneaks up on him basically, and he has to, run away from it. And what he decides to do is run in a square that like barely gets him far away from it
Good
at
lord.
all. And it's like to try to get to his car that he was trying to get into, and then he finds out it's locked, so he has to run another like very tiny square. It's like, dude, just go further. Like, what are you doing?
So what are these trees that you planted anyway? Where are they growing?
Oh, I think it was the oak trees.
Oh, so it's just like a normal tree you're planting here?
Yeah.
Is there a particular reason why you're doing that?
Nah.
So I get the feeling it's gonna make it very hard to see around here.
True. But, we're not going to be using this as a horde base, so it'll be alright.
Well, yeah, except I just had a zombie almost kill me in here because I was like looking, I'm like, is that Mike coming at me? Like, no, I can't really tell, but it looks like a zombie's legs. Oh, you're exploring the, whatever it is, the abandoned facility?
I'm just kind of messing around right now. Did almost step on a few mines, though, which was kind of interesting.
Well, stepping on mines is always interesting. What was that?
Oh, you touching the turret makes that weird noise for some reason. Just to like scare you half to death.
I know, I was like, what the hell? Yeah, I think we already looked here for the most part. Well, let me see. Since we do have a little bit of time left, maybe I'll explore some other area. Let's see. Try going this way. Lightning? Does it make a lightning sound effect? I think it might do that at least.
It makes a lightning sound effect, but yeah, there's not really lightning.
Yeah, I don't think they'd render actual lightning that could hit you and do damage or whatever, or start a fire. That'd be kind of interesting to see, but probably not something they'll add. Doesn't that happen in Minecraft, Fantron? I think they
Yeah,
added
it
that in
does.
at one point. Oh, cool. But I guess if you get unlucky enough, what, can it set your own buildings on fire? You make them out of wood?
Yeah.
That would suck. 'Cause, 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 You know, I was thinking, what are some other crazy things they could add in this game? Like, what if they had some kind? Oh shit! Whoa! All right, that was insanity. I took quite the tumble, but apparently I'm absolutely fine, and that is excellent. I basically rode off a cliff on my bike into a ravine with water in it.
Nice.
Maybe I'll just go on foot for now. Anyways, oh, what if they added in like meteor strikes into this game? There's some random chance a meteor will strike and do damage to all the blocks around it. I was thinking of it because that's what they added to City Skylines, wasn't it? They had natural disasters and stuff like that, which could happen. I think there was one time when you're doing a stream and we had you like test that out a little bit, but I can't remember if anything actually happened with the natural disasters on or not.
Not really. I mean, there was one of them, like, it was supposed to be like a tidal wave, and it never worked for some reason.
I just remember there was tidal waves, the meteors. I think there were sinkholes too. Did they have tornadoes?
Oh, the sinkhole, that was interesting, yeah. Tornado, actually did damage, yeah.
So there are
This
more
reminds
mods.
me of the old Sim City game that they said they kind of loosely based the game off of. You could actually, since it was on the Super Nintendo, have Bowser come and attack your town, which was kind of funny. But they haven't added something like that to the game yet.
Yeah, I still like the things they added were pretty cool.
Yeah.
Of course, that would suck if it ever happened to you and you actually lost your stuff because of it. Because basically, it's like nothing that you can actually do anything about if you just turn it on.
Yeah. No, actually, in rotting flesh, if you eat it, only gives you one food and 12% chance of dysentery.
I like those odds.
And you lose health as well, which is kind of funny. Man, I gotta say, like, if this was your base and you had it like set up, you would like be able to fight an army of players easily.
Oh, you mean at the base that we have?
Oh no, I'm just saying, like, this actual bunker base that I'm at.
Oh wait, the one in the... Yeah, I've seen that one.
Yeah, like it has like turrets everywhere.
Yeah, that would be pretty fun to see what that would look like. I'm not sure how it would be though, because the game's like the way it spawns zombies, it might just like spawn the zombies inside that base with how big it is.
Yeah. Not to mention the fact that I have never seen anybody do content of this game while playing it, you know, online, which is kind of interesting. Almost leads you to believe that it's just not worth it anyway.
Wait, what do you mean about playing the game multiplayer online?
Yeah. I mean, like, you know, it's one thing like playing with your friends and stuff. It's another thing they say like playing with like random people and stuff.
Oh, I see. Like kind of doing it almost like an MMO or whatever.
Yeah.
Like playing with a whole bunch of people.
Yeah, I've heard some people say they've like tried it and it kind of went, you know, basically like the way Rust does, where like people know that you just spawned in and they just come and just, you know, screw with you just because they know they can.
Yeah, I've seen some posts about that too. People saying that, oh, they started a 7 days to die server and You know, they left it up public, and people just came around and destroyed all their stuff pretty much and trolled them.
Yeah.
You know, that's just how some people are, unfortunately. This is a really interesting looking building. Exit
I love
only.
how like they don't think that discourages people to play it, like, play it online. They're like, oh no, it's totally fine. Like, we should be totally allowed to do this. It's like, sure, you're allowed to do that. Just don't be surprised if everyone thinks you're a fucking asshole and doesn't want to play with you.
How does this work exactly? It's weird. Oh. Oh, this is weird. They're not all connected. Yeah, not one of these modded builds, and it's really weird looking.
I just love how with this like modded facility thing, there's just like mines freaking everywhere.
Yeah, I know. I remember that.
Like,
Why are there so many zombies on the ground here? They really wanted to kill people who came near, I guess.
which is funny because I've heard that they say that you can't really like when you build these maps yourself, you're not supposed to be able to, for lack of a better word, determine like the spawning of like zombies and stuff. I heard, but then at the same time there was this mod that somebody did where like they did it for one of the content creators, and the name of it was Cap Stupid Birds, and the only thing that spawns in there is birds. And so
Yeah,
you're like,
there
well,
has
they
to be
had to
some
have
way
a
to
way to
control
do
that.
that. Yeah.
I've never looked into modding this game, but it would be interesting to see how that all works exactly.
You're driving in the apocalypse and there's no traffic and you hit a parked car.
Is that from anything in particular?
I think it was from Walking Dead. I don't know if a character actually says it to her, but it was one of the things posted online about one of the characters decides to go on a like free ride or whatever you call it, where they just like they're like, oh, you know, it's just the roads are all open and all that, and then all of a sudden she just slams the car into a parked car and nearly like kills herself.
Jeez.
And people just like bash the hell out of it online because of how stupid it was.
This is a weird looking place. I don't think I'm gonna get a chance to explore this. Oh well. Question is, do I head back now or do I look further into this place here? This looks like there's another city area. Let me get over this hill and look, see what it looks like further ahead.
Bless you.
Yeah, sorry, I just had a couple of sneezes hit me all of a sudden. And it was funny because I was trying to ride my bike and I hit into a tree because I was kind of like looking away because I was about to sneeze.
Of course.
Oh, it's an interesting looking city. It's very dark. Probably 'cause it's in like a wasteland, it looks like over here. Well, the strip club, of course.
Always.
What is this building? Vantron was saying that that line wasn't in the show exactly. I guess the thing that you were referencing before.
Oh no, like I said, it's not actually said in the show. It's just like things that people posted online about that episode.
Oh, kind of like the fan reaction to it.
Yeah. Oh crap, I need more duct tape. Murder axe.
What happened?
One of the weapons you can make is called the murder axe.
Oh, I guess that's something new.
Yeah.
Well, I like the sound of it anyway. There's also the master murder axe, apparently.
Yeah.
The best murder axe. Oh, more of these weird pods again. This is a fairly big city area.
Oh, I can make a baseball bat. Not that I'm going to, but that's kind of cool.
What is this featuring? Whale World? Oh, it's like an aquarium. That's cool. Featuring Bitsy drama and featuring penguin music.
Hmm.
Kind of want to take a look at this. Though it's about to be nighttime, so hopefully we don't have a bunch of things. Oh fuck, there's vultures here. Alright, I'm not gonna keep my distance from this. Yeah, like there's a pool area back here. That's cool. What the hell? There's a building. And it's called Wipe Your Sweet Badonkadonk Inc.
Badonkadonk.
Yeah, and there's a giant toilet paper roll hanging outside the building too.
Whenever I think of Badonkadonk, I think of Jeff Dunham before he did something fucking weird. He was a comedian who did like the puppets and like, you know, ventriloquist or whatever the hell it's called, right?
Oh yeah?
And he called one of his audience members a Badonkadonk lady by one of his puppets. And then later on, he had Achman come out and he started singing like a pseudo Christmas song, and he goes like, basically, long story short, he goes, "I think I blew my nuts off," and then like the two cast members like look over and he's like, "Stop looking, perverts," and then he looks into the audience and goes, "You can look, badonkadonk lady."
Oh
And it's
gosh.
just like, oh, for God's sake.
Hey Clarity, how are things going with you? Yeah, hopefully you've been doing well. It's been a while since we did one of these 7-day streams here. Though we're actually pretty close to the end of it, I guess, because it's 12:20 over here for me. What the hell is this place? The Scales of Courthouse? supposed to be like a courthouse, I guess. It looks almost like a casino. Actually, it kind of reminds me of oh shit, what? Oh god, there's a bunch of zombies here. Let me get the fuck out of here. It reminds me of almost the casino in Persona, of course. Hey, White Phantom.
Oh, yeah.
How are you doing as well? Yeah, I was just saying we're almost getting to the end of the stream though. So I'm probably gonna try to head back to our base and we'll just save there. It's like a mega bookstore or something.
Oh, nice.
Actually, you know, it's a bunch of stores in one. I think it's been modded that way. That's interesting.
Yeah, I know they started releasing those in the base game, but they said that in the
Oh, Clarity! Wow, that was very kind of you. Thank you for that. Got a $20 super chat from Clarity. Or is that a tip on Streamlabs? Actually, I think it's a tip on Streamlabs. That's very nice of you.
better.
Especially because I haven't been streaming in a while. I haven't seen you in a bit, too. So thank you very much for that. That's super appreciated. Oh, the next time I'm going to play Persona 4? Oh yeah, people have been getting on me about that too, White Phantom. I'm trying to think what would be a good time to do that. Because I was going to do it, what was it? Actually, it's probably the week before last week, but then something came up the last minute. So, trying to think if there's going to be a good time this weekend. I might have to wait till Monday. But I do want to get something in because it has been a while since I did that. I was talking to someone else about that very thing as well on my Discord at one point. Man, I'm kind of being a bit gutsy about this. I'm just driving through on a straight line. I have no idea what I'm going to run into. We're kind of going uphill. Which means we're probably going to run to a cliffside again. You love all the playthroughs, really? Oh, well, that's very kind of you. I'm glad that you're a fan of whatever it is I play, especially because I tend to play a lot of different things, and sometimes it's like, oh, we'll play a little bit of this for a while, and then we get addicted to this one game, then that's all we play for a bit. Kind of like how 7 Days to Die has been like the main thing I've been playing on these streams for, you know, I don't even know how long now. But it is a good idea for me to go back to Persona, and I think also J-Pedal, if you're familiar with her, has mentioned trying to go back to the Yakuza game that I played as well, which I thought would probably be a good idea at some point as well.
Oh, that would be nice to see that again.
Yeah,
I
think
just
so.
love the mechanic in that where you're not actually trying to outright, you know, kill the people you fight. You're just beating the shit out of them.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. Oh. Uh-oh. Yeah, but especially because even Mike has tried streaming other games now recently. Because he did a stream of Warcraft and the City Skylines, and has been thinking about streaming more City Skylines, so maybe I should be streaming other stuff too.
Also, there has been a lot of updates to Prison Architect again. I might have to dive back into that and see about some of the new additions to that game
Yeah.
at some point.
Actually, maybe, so this is gonna take me a while to travel back, because I realize how far away I am. Maybe we'll end things here, because it probably will take me another, like, 15 minutes to travel back now I'm looking at it.
Okay.
What do you think, Mike?
Yeah, I think that would be good. I got the drawbridge closed then. I left it open in case you didn't make it back, but I'll go ahead and close it then.
You know, I could kind of wait here, because it's semi-safe. It's on the highway. And it looks like things don't really spawn here for the most part. So I think it should be safe to leave off here. So yeah, since you did ask, White Phantom, I could say tentatively, maybe I'll try to see if Monday will be a good day for me to stream Persona. But I'm not really too sure about it, so it could change. But I think I probably should try to do that, at least at some point in this next week. Because I feel like it has been a while, and people probably will start to, well, they already have started to miss it. I kind of know that already.
Yeah.
But I'll stop being stubborn, and I'll try to get back to it this next week, I guess. And Yakuza's like a bizarre adventure. Yeah, it is fun. Like Mike said, it's funny they just kind of beating the shit out of people, and it's not really necessarily about killing them anyway. Although I think if I remember correctly, it looked like you could equip guns at some point in the game. But I'm not sure how that works out exactly. And I could be wrong too, because I only got to the early part of that game still, like the first chapter or two, wherever the hell it's supposed to be. But anyways, guys, thank you very much for coming out here and keep me company on another 7 Days to Die stream. We will try to go and do some other stuff at some point, like I just said. But there we go. I had to figure out how to swap to the right thing. But for now, it's good night. Oh, and thank you very much once again at Clarity for the that $20 tip there. It's very, very kind of you. And it's very much appreciated. I hope you have a good night. Good night to everyone else, including Fantron, White Phantom. Let's see, I think everyone else from earlier on left, but if there was anyone else still lurking, a good night to you as well. And do you have anything else to say, Mike, before we end this?
Just that I did get some work done on our little horde base. Kind of looked over it a little bit. I don't know if I'm going to make more adjustments to it or not, but we'll see how it goes from then on. And hopefully we can get back to this a little bit quicker instead of but we'll see. It just kind of depends on
yeah.
our schedules.
Oh, Mike, is there anything that people should expect from you in the next week or so? Any streams they should look forward to?
I don't want to put out any promises because I hate doing that, especially
That's how
if
I feel
it doesn't
too.
come through. But if I do stream, I would like to stream more City Skylines first before anything else, just because I find it more relaxing. Even though there is times whenever I find myself being like, okay, this is stupid. What is it doing?
Well, we'll have to see. Hopefully next time you won't go bankrupt right away too.
Yeah.
But alright, everyone. Again, have a good night and take care.